Hey guys, how's it going? My name is LYHME, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to edit your guys' config.json. Let's begin. The first step what you guys are going to want to do is navigate to your guys' unturned directory. From there, head over to server, and then in this case, config.json is right there. We're going to head and double click it, and we're going to have it be opened in Notepad++. If you have Atom installed, you guys can go ahead and open it in that. I'd highly suggest not just using your guys' base Notepad. From there, what we're going to also want to do is navigate to our server, and then our commands.dat. In our commands.dat, what we're going to want to do is figure out what mode our server's on. In this case, it's easy. We can go back to our config.json, and we can be able to, where do we need to edit our config.json? And in this case, let's say it's easy right here. And so as our server is easy, we're going to edit all of this right here. Let's say if our server is normal, we're going to scroll down a bit more, and let's say it's normal. We're going to edit all of this. As we go further down, it's going to say hard, and that's where we edit all of the hard details. Now let's go all the way back up to the top, and let's begin this process. Icon and thumbnail the same. That's what shows up on the server list, as well as when you click on the server. What we're going to want to do is I can go ahead and minimize this, and let's head over to this website here called imager.com. From there, go ahead and click on new post. Go ahead and drag it and drop to here. Once it's been uploaded completed, we're going to go ahead and click on copy link and go up here and then be able to paste it. We're going to go to that page, and at the top we're going to go add .png at the end of it, and then before the I over here we're going to go do dot, or like I and then dot, and then enter, and now it's going to change and be able to make the background all black. From there we can go ahead and copy this URL, and we're going to go ahead and paste it for the icon and the thumbnail. I'd really encourage you guys to be able to make your guys' image 500 by 500, I believe it is. I talked to Nelson before, and that's what I believe he suggested. Let's go to edit our description hint. This is when you click on the server, this is what shows below your guys' server name. To do that, what you guys are going to want to do is do whatever you guys want to be able to have it be. Overall, in the LYHME community, I pretty much make it where it's just a bunch of websites that people can go to. And bam. In that case, I'm just going to leave it like that. Now we're going to go down to the description full. The description full is what shows up on the right hand side when you join the server. You can really beef this out and be able to show off some important details. If you need some inspiration, feel free to check out a LYHME community server. You can definitely use that as a reference and tweak it as you guys as well. From there, what we're going to want to go ahead, and let's say we're going to want to say hi to them. From there, let's say we're going to want a new line. To do that, what we're going to do is add this. After this text, it's going to show up on a new line. Now, let's go ahead. This is just a quick reference. Let's go ahead and let's make LYHME a green color. To do that, what we're going to want to do is do color equals, and then the hex code that we want it to be. So I'm going to do 96BF3D, and then end that off. From there, what we're going to want to head is go at the end of LYHME, and we're going to finish it off. From there, you guys can go ahead and leave it as is, and you guys can continue it as you guys see fit. This is how you add a new line. This is how you guys would be able to change the color. Now let's go ahead and let's go change the description server list. So before you guys click on the server, this is what shows under your guys' server name. That's why I pretty much wanted previous video. I suggested having this be a basic. And in this case, what we can do is this is where we can really show off our features, and we can also have this be colored. To be able to, we can go ahead and save ourselves time. In a future video, I'll be teaching you guys how to make this dynamic so it can like change every 5 minutes or ever how long you guys want it to be able to make your guys' server pop out more, to show off more features that you guys have. In this case, I really want to be able to show off that we have a friendly server. And this is the login token. So this was recently added in a recent up. I'm personally not going to teach you guys how to do that, and that's where you guys would go ahead and just paste it there. Now from there, what I'm going to suggest you guys to do is you guys can go really tweak this of how you guys see fit. In this case, I go ahead and I set my max packets per second in the LYHME community right here to a much higher number. So in that case, I'm going to go set it to that. I also set this number to be a high number 2. There's some cases where if you have a large horde beacon, it's going to boost up their ping to be able to be a high amount, and so it doesn't kick them and it doesn't cause any troubles. Or I'm going to have this be a high number 2. From there, what you guys can go ahead, you guys can tweak this of how you guys want. If you guys want the max timeout, if you guys want the queue seconds, timeout queue, however you guys want, you guys can tweak it of just changing these numbers. These are in seconds to be able to see what you guys want. From there, I'm a big fan of rich text. If you guys ever played on the LYHME community, it allows you guys to have multicolors. And if you guys don't have this enabled, and let's say you guys have a rich text message and you guys don't, it's going to go ahead and have the not one disappear and the top one's going to show. Text is not disappearing, and so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to name this true. Now let's go ahead and go to these things. In this case, what you guys can go ahead, I personally in the LYHME community, I have these faults. So I'm really not going to mess with these at all. Now let's get down to the loop spawns. And in this case, let's say we want our server 2 times. In this case, this is just 1 times. To be able to have 2 times, what we're going to do is times that by 2. And what is that? 0.7. From there, now we're going to have a 2 times server. Now we can scroll down even more. And you guys can really tweak this of where you guys see fit. If you guys want durability and you guys server is on easy, you can do that. Just change from false to true. From there, you guys can go ahead and tweak where you see fit. It's really trial and error. A lot of this is confusing. I can definitely understand that. It's just by looking online, I believe it teaches you guys how to do out of like what value. But in particular, I'm going to really teach you guys how to go ahead and to be able to change the decay time. To change the decay time, this is in seconds. So this is default is 7 days. You can go ahead and be able to look up 14 days, whatever you guys want. But for my server, I really want to just have it 7 days. Let's go down some more. Player dies. Let's be able to have them keep all their skills. That's what, like, because it's a PvE server. So in this case, what we're going to want to do is change the 0 to a 1. And then be able to change the 75 to a 0. And we're going to also want to change this one down below. Keep the items that is on us at all times. To be able to keep that, what we're going to want to do is change this 1 to 0s. From there, what we're going to want to do is, let's say for our clothes, we also want to be able to have them keep their clothes on them. We're going to change this to false. This one to false. And then let's say, what do we really want to have them keep their gun when they die in their hands? In this case, I'm also going to make this false. From there, you guys can go ahead and tweak where if you want to start bleeding, if like you guys want that bleeding, even if you guys' server is easy. You really get a lot of freedom of where you guys want your guys' server to be. Here, you can be able to edit your guys' airdrop information. If you guys have an arena server, if you use airdrops, we can really be able to tweak it up of how we want it to. Now, this is where things get really cool. Let's say if we don't want hit markers, we can make this false. If you guys want bullet drop on your guys' server, you guys are going to go ahead and you can change this to be true. Let's say if you guys want your guys' server to be able to have satellite and a compass, you change this both to be true. You guys can be able to go ahead and be able to set the max group members and things like that. This also is super cool where you guys can be able to edit the timer, the exit timer. And so in this case it's 10, the respawn timer is 10, timer to be able to go home is 30, and then to leave a group is 30. So wherever you guys see fit, you guys can edit this little by little. I hope this was a brief overview of how to be able to edit your guys' config.json.